What does it take to build your dream life as a consultant and really become a confident consulting business owner? We talk with our clients a lot about growing their business, but also how to ensure and how to structure their business and their business model so that it creates the life and the lifestyle that they want to have. And so I know a lot of the videos and podcasts and so forth that we put out are around different elements and aspects of growing a consulting business, but we're also very big believers in not only running a highly successful and profitable business, but making sure that you have a really great lifestyle as well. And so the way that I describe this and kind of talk through it is think about a triangle. What a lot of business owners do at the top of that triangle, they put their business. And so all their focus, their time, their energy, right, is on their business and growing and making their business better. And at the bottom half of that triangle, they have their life and their lifestyle. Now, the problem with that, in my opinion, is when you prioritize the business at the top and below that you have your life and lifestyle, it means you have to make sacrifices in your life and lifestyle to support, right? If you think about it in the triangle, your life and lifestyle is bearing the weight to support your business. I think it should be the other way around, that at the apex of the triangle, it should be your life and lifestyle, meaning that you get very clear about what does success truly look like for you. And then once you've designed that, then you build your business, or if you probably already have a business, but then you make sure you adjust your business, the structure and different aspects of it so that your business supports your lifestyle, right? Because that's ultimately most likely why you got into business in the first place, is to have more freedom, more flexibility, to have unlimited, income earning potential, and why you want money. It's to have more freedom, to have more flexibility, to have, to do the things that you want to do, to create those amazing memories for your loved ones, right? To do the things that you enjoy. So prioritizing your life and lifestyle at the top is a much better path and direction, yet so many people do the exact opposite. Now, a way to also think about this is that if you look at your time, where you're spending your time right now, and if you look at your actions, how you're going about doing things, right? If you look kind of your schedule, that in fact shows what you are placing importance on. So if your calendar right now is packed where, it's meeting after meeting after meeting and you're doing work and work and work and work, and it leaves you no time to go to the gym, it leaves you no time to coach your kids' soccer practice, or it leaves you no time to go and visit your elderly parents, or you have no time to travel, even though you love traveling, right? All these things just as examples, that means that you're prioritizing your work over your life and your lifestyle. And it doesn't have to be that way, right? This is why you got into business in the first place. So what I want to share with you in this video and kind of, and go through today are the steps that you can take to turn that around, to really prioritize your life and lifestyle over your business. And if you're wondering, yeah, Michael, can this really work? Yes, this can work, because I've taken many clients through this over the years, and I've seen the impact that it has not only on their business, or I should say not only on their life, but also their business. And so this is not about making adjustments to your life or lifestyle that somehow impact your business in a negative way. It's not about moving time from your business to your lifestyle, which means that the business will not grow as much. In fact, right, there's a direct correlation that the more you have your lifestyle dialed in, the more optimized that is, you often see that leads to the business growing. And I think that'll become evident as to why when I go through a few of the points here that I've thought through and prepared that I want to talk about with you. Step number one is that you need to begin and think about and identify, what does success actually look like for you? This is not something that anyone can tell you what it should look like. You can get ideas from people. You might get, see some things you haven't really seen before, or consider some things you haven't considered before. But ultimately, you need to be the one to define what success looks like for you. There's no right way or wrong way to think about success. I'll give you some thoughts and some ideas, right? It might be on the personal side of, maybe it's your health. Maybe you haven't gone to the gym. You're not taking care of yourself. You're not stretching, and you keep having, back issues or pain or whatever, right? You're not prioritizing that. Maybe it's family. People often say, when you lose a loved one, will you regret that you didn't spend time with that person? And when you start to think about whether it's elderly parents or young kids or great friends or spouses or whatever, when you actually start to break down how much time do you have left with these people? And if it's young kids, like how much time do you have before they're off doing their own thing, right? And they move across the country or across the world? Or how much time do you have left with parents that are aging. When you actually start thinking about these things, it's not a lot. Will you regret that you didn't prioritize that? Other relationships? Do you have hobbies? Things that you'd love to be doing that you're not doing right now? Just thinking about the future, or being more strategic about your business. Maybe you want more time for reading. You want more time for studying. You want more time to actually work on or think about the business and not only be in the business. So start by getting clear. Define, what does that look like for you? And I would say be as specific as you actually can. Meaning, I had one client, still an amazing client, who wanted to go through this process and decide to prioritize when to go to the gym, when to be present with their kids and different activities that their kids have throughout the week, when to schedule specific holidays and time off. They went through this process, and they didn't do it in isolation. They did it in talking with their spouse and thinking about their kids, thinking about their clients, all of that, right? If we look at the before and after, before, their calendar was packed. They didn't really feel like they had a great balance of work and time off. They weren't able to do the things with their kids as much as they wanted to, or they would miss things. And they weren't taking care of their health as much as they wanted to. Now, after, they have dedicated time in the calendar every week to take care of themselves, to be present for their kids. They have holidays booked well in advance. They know there's certain times where they're not going to be available for their clients, but it's booked in there, right? It's planned in there. Now you might say, yeah, but I can't say no to my clients if they need me. And no, they don't, right? Unless the nature of your work is that they're gonna, somebody will die if you don't pick up the phone, or if you don't have a call at 9 a.m. on a Monday, right? For the vast majority of you, that's not the case. And so if you're blocking out, for example, 8 to 9 a.m. or 8 to 10 a.m. on a Monday morning or a Friday afternoon, you're not available. You could think about it from the perspective of, if you had another client and you actually were working with that client between 8 to 10 a.m. on a Monday or Friday afternoons, and then client number 2 calls up and says, hey, I want to have a meeting with you Friday afternoon or Monday morning. You're not going to say that you can't have that meeting with them, or you can't have that call with them, because you have another client already booked. So think about yourself as a client, right? Why are you prioritizing your time, which you can't create more of, for somebody else, instead of prioritizing for the most important person or people around you? So define what success looks like. Block that. Then you start thinking about that. But actually, before you even get to that, let me actually add one more thing, which is take inventory of what drains you and what gives you energy. What are the things you're doing on a regular basis right now that you do not enjoy doing? What are the things that, again, take away your energy? What are the things that give you energy? Find ways to delegate or remove the things that are taking away your energy, and focus on the things that are giving you energy. That is what success is all about, right? If you're making a lot of money, but your energy is always being drained and you're not enjoying what you're doing in your life, is that success? I don't think so, right? So get clear on, what does success look like? Identify the things that are draining your energy or that you do not enjoy doing. Delegate those or get rid of them. Focus more on the things that give you energy and lean into that. Then block out time for the things that matter. Family, gym, writing, doing your marketing, working on the business, whatever it is that is meaningful to you, that is important to you, that is really key to you being overall successful, both in business and in life. Focus on those things and then put it into practice. And my suggestion to you is to review that, right? Go through this process, implement, and then at the end of the month, do an audit, do a bit of analysis, and look at it and say, how did it go? Did things break down? What worked? What didn't work? What do I need to adjust? Actually, I just had a call with a client recently who said, I have this time booked in my calendar, but I keep, kind of giving it away to when clients call. And so we talked about there's different, there's ways that you can handle that. But you want to look at your situation, see what are you doing that is holding up to what you said that you would do, and where are you falling short? Right? Where are you not keeping that commitment? And what do you then need to do to adjust to ensure that you are successful? And one by one, you want to knock that off and you want to work through it. So I hope that's been helpful. If you as a consulting business owner right now are feeling a little bit overwhelmed, you feel your capacity, you're being stretched, you're not quite clear, you don't have a plan to take you from where you are to get to the next level in a way where you truly have a great lifestyle and systems to support you in getting to that next level, then click on the link below this video or somewhere on the page that you're on, or go to consultingsuccess.com, get in touch. We'd be happy to have a conversation with you and to explore your current situation and how we can help you to get to that next level strategically, with a plan, with a roadmap, and in a way that, again, gives you the quality of life that you want, the lifestyle that you want to have, and helps you to achieve success on your own terms.